To make. We won. But I didn't lose. I got the votes. But we won't know exactly how many because of how they cheated.
I did win my election. I just didn't get to have the job.
We were robbed of an election.
Right. Using the word rigged, using the word steal, do you think it's dangerous going into 2020?
I don't, because we can actually back it up.
And so in response to what I believe
indict this woman
was a stolen election, and I'm not saying they stole it from me, they stole it from the voters of Georgia.
In fact, someone outside asked if I'm ever going to concede. The answer is no.
Still hasn't
This is
conceded.
not a speech of concession. Because concession means to acknowledge an action is right, true, or proper. And I will not concede because the erosion of our democracy is not right.
People are going to make you mad. They're going to hurt your feelings. They're going to steal your election. It was not a free and fair election.
I think the election was stolen from the people of Georgia.
I believe it was stolen from the voters. Thousands of Georgians had their voices stolen because they were not able to cast ballots. And they cannot be guaranteed that their votes will be counted in 2020 if we don't do this right.
If what happens to you happens nationally, and we see whoever wins the Democratic nominee, if they say, actually, I can prove that there's a number of votes in every state and that the same thing that you just described happens in multiple states, should they concede?
I do not think we should concede an election until we know the results of an election.
Wow.
I still fundamentally believe
that's interesting. That's almost like what Trump did.
Be fair. And that's just not how life works. If it looks like it's cheating, it probably is.
Yeah, that's true.
If it looks like it's rigged, it probably is.
Thank you for that one. Thank you.
Invalid, in fact, it's uncouth to call a question. That if you want to run for office again, you got to concede the election so that everyone knows you're a good sport. I'm not.
I said that the election was stolen from Georgia voters. The process that took place during the legislative cycle was one that did not countenance and did not pay attention to the deep and real concerns of those who watched this election be stolen in the state of Georgia.
It was stolen from the voters of Georgia.
As long as we have...
Wait a minute, was that testimony in front of a Senate hearing? Oh my gosh, she testified in front of a Senate. Ted Cruz, a federal Senate, and she said that it was rigged in Georgia. All right, well, as we know, Donald Trump, Rudy Giuliani, Jenna Ellis, they're all being charged with crimes for this in Georgia. And Big Fannie Willis apparently is not even investigating this woman. Look at all these statements she has.
From the voters of Georgia.
As long as we have eligible American citizens who cannot cast a ballot, then the game is rigged. I am complicit if I say that that system is fair.
Concession in the political space is an acknowledgement that the process was fair. And I don't believe that to be so.
Okay.
But I refuse to...
All right, well, there you have it. There's about 35 felonies just right there in the first couple minutes. We know that Hillary committed a bunch of them. Hakeem Jeffries committed a bunch of them. Rachel Maddow committed a bunch of them. So we're very sure, since we don't live in a system where there are double standards, of course, everybody is equal justice and nobody's above the law, as they keep telling us. We're going to wait for their indictments to come any minute now. Thank you for subscribing, as